This is the story of how I lost the girl who loved me. By the way, I loved her too. The first time I saw her, I was sitting in the back of a crowded lecture hall. The professor droned on about ancient civilizations, but my eyes were fixed on the girl in front of me. Her name was Sarah, and she was everything the other girls in our class weren't. While they painted their faces with makeup, Sarah wore none, not a trace of it. Yet her natural beauty shone through. She didn't care about impressing anyone, least of all me. While others competed for attention, Sarah was quiet, shy, simple. Yet I couldn't take my eyes off her. There was something about her innocence that drew me in. It was like a magnet. I was a mess back then, chasing every party, every girl, living life on the edge. Sarah and I were complete opposites, yet there was a strange pull between us. After weeks of observing her from afar, I worked up the courage to approach her. We started talking, just small talk at first, exchanging smiles and nervous glances. As weeks turned into months, our friendship deepened. We shared secrets, dreams, fears, and soon enough, I found myself falling in love with her. Sarah saw something in me that others didn't, a glimmer of hope in my darkness, a spark of kindness under my rough exterior. She encouraged me to be a better man, to chase my dreams instead of partying. For the first time in my life, I felt seen, understood, cherished. And then reality hit. One evening, we were hanging out at my favorite hangout spot, and I realized I had feelings for Sarah. Deep, strong feelings. The problem was, I was a mess. My life was a jumble of broken relationships, unfulfilled promises, and shattered dreams. I knew I wasn't ready for a serious relationship. The thought of committing to someone terrified me. So I pushed Sarah away, hoping she wouldn't notice. How could I make her understand that while I loved spending time with her, I wasn't ready for anything more? Months went by, and Sarah and I remained close friends, or so I thought. She never said a word about those feelings, but I could sense them in the stolen glances and lingering touches. She never confronted me about it, never tried to push me into a corner to get an answer. She respected my silence. I admired her patience, but it also made me feel guilty. One day, I came clean. I poured my heart out, telling her about my fear of commitment, my past mistakes, my doubts. I expected anger, maybe even hatred. Instead, she surprised me. "I know," she said softly. "I know all about your fears, your past. You think I haven't noticed the way you look at me. The truth is, I feel it too, the uncertainty, the fear. I'm scared to love someone who might leave, who might break my heart. But maybe," she added with a hopeful smile, "maybe we can face our fears together." Her words touched me, but I was still afraid. "I don't want to hurt you, Sarah," I confessed. "If I can't give you what you want, if I can't promise you forever, then I think it's better for you to move on. You deserve someone better, someone who can give you everything you want, someone who can promise you forever." Her smile faded, replaced by a sadness that mirrored my own. "Are you sure?" she whispered, her eyes searching mine for answers. I nodded, unable to speak. I wanted to tell her I loved her, but the words got stuck in my throat. And so Sarah walked away. I watched her go, my heart breaking into a million pieces. Time passed, or at least that's what I thought. In reality, time stood still. The day Sarah left was the day my world shattered. Nothing seemed worth living for. My dreams, my goals, even my life lost meaning. Without Sarah, I felt empty, lost, and most of all, alone. Determined to move on, I threw myself into my work. I climbed the corporate ladder, earning promotions and accolades. But behind the mask of success, I was crumbling. Every achievement, every milestone was a reminder of what I'd lost. Sarah became a ghost that haunted my every waking moment. Then one day, unexpectedly, she returned. My world, which I'd built brick by painful brick, came crashing down. Sarah was back, more beautiful than I remembered, with eyes that held both sadness and strength. She'd moved on, and the sight of her sent a shiver down my spine. We started seeing each other again, just like before, sharing laughter, secrets, and dreams. But this time, there was an undeniable tension between us. Both of us were different, more mature, more aware. I knew she still had feelings for me because I saw the longing in her eyes, the way she touched me, the silences between us. But Sarah was engaged, to someone else. I froze, my heart shattering all over again. How could I not have seen this coming? How could I have been so blind? I felt like a fool. All this time I'd been consumed with my own pain, my own guilt, and I hadn't realized that Sarah had moved on. She was getting married. I was happy for her, truly, but it hurt like hell. I should have let her go long ago. Instead, I held on to my pride, my fear, my inability to say the 3 little words I loved her. Now it was too late. I didn't want to be a third wheel in their relationship, so I distanced myself, pushing her away before she could push me away. The pain was unbearable, but I knew it was my fault. Before her wedding, we met one last time at our usual spot, the place where we shared our hopes and dreams, our fears and desires. I told her I was letting her go, that she deserved to be happy, even if it meant I would break my own heart. She looked at me, her eyes filled with a sadness that mirrored my own. "You don't mean that," she whispered, her voice trembling. "You'll find someone new, someone who makes you laugh, someone who challenges you, someone who loves you." Her words were a balm to my soul, soothing the wounds I'd carried for so long. I shook my head, tears threatening to spill. "No, Sarah, you don't understand. I already have. I had her. It was me who let her go." The confession tumbled out of my mouth, raw and unfiltered. I hated myself for letting my fear destroy our love. Sarah reached out, her touch sending shivers down my spine. "I know," she whispered, her voice heavy with emotion. "I know how you feel. I felt it too, the fear, the uncertainty. But you were right. We couldn't keep living like that. We needed to move on, to let go." Her words were like daggers to my heart. She was right, but it didn't make the pain any less sharp. "Do you still love him?" I asked, my voice hoarse. A flicker of sadness crossed her face, quickly replaced by a serene smile. "I did, with all my heart. But hearts don't wait forever." Then she was gone, leaving me standing there with my regrets and my shattered dreams. She's happily married now. I see her sometimes, a fleeting glimpse of her happiness, a reminder of what I lost. Sometimes I wonder what if I'd confessed my love sooner? What if I'd held on tighter? But those are just what ifs. Our story didn't have a happily ever after. It ended with a lesson, a painful one. Love isn't about being ready. It's about being present. And sometimes, no matter how much we love, it's not enough. Don't let fear or pride come between you and true love. Cherish the moments you have because hearts don't wait forever. So have you ever loved someone too late? What was it like? Share your story in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real love stories.